1. The world's oldest known living organism is a 5,000-year-old bristlecone pine tree named Methuselah, located in the White Mountains of California, USA. 2. The largest ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean, covering more than 63 million square miles and containing over half of the Earth's free water. 3. Mount Everest, located in the Himalayas, is the highest peak on Earth, reaching a staggering height of 29,031.7 feet. 4. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia is the largest coral reef system in the world and is visible from space. And 5. The Amazon rainforest in South America is often referred to as the lungs of the Earth, as it produces more than 20% of the world's oxygen. 1. The Sahara Desert in Africa is the largest hot desert in the world, covering an area of over 3.6 million square miles. 2. The Nile River in Africa is the longest river in the world, stretching over 4,135 miles. 3. The driest place on Earth is the Atacama Desert in Chile, where some areas have never recorded rainfall. 4. The Earth's largest land biome is the taiga, also known as the boreal forest, which spans across much of Canada, Alaska, and Russia. And 5. The world's deepest known point is the Mariana Trench in the western Pacific Ocean, reaching a depth of approximately 36,070 feet. 1. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have discovered pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. 2. The shortest war in history lasted only 38 to 45 minutes. It occurred between Britain and Zanzibar on August 27, 1896, when the Sultan of Zanzibar refused to step down after Britain demanded a new leader. 3. The world's oldest known recipe is for beer. It dates back over 4,000 years and was discovered on a Sumerian clay tablet in ancient Mesopotamia. 4. The average person walks the equivalent of 3 times around the world in their lifetime. And 5. Astronauts in space grow approximately 2 inches taller due to the absence of gravity compressing their spines. However, they return to their normal height upon returning to Earth. 1. The Statue of Liberty's official name is Liberty Enlightening the World. 2. There is a town in Norway called Hell. The name Hell stems from the Old Norse word hellir, which means overhang or cliff cave. It has a more common homonym in modern Norwegian that means luck. 3. In 1989, a British punk band by the name of Napalm Death recorded their song titled You Suffer. Make no mistake, this is the shortest song ever recorded and released as it holds the Guinness World Record with 1.316 seconds. 4. The longest word in the English language is pneumono-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanic oniosis, which refers to a lung disease caused by inhaling very fine silica dust. And 5. The highest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls in Venezuela, with a total height of 3,212 feet, 979 meters. 1.
The Great Emu War. In 1932, Australia declared war on emus. The military was called in to deal with emus damaging crops, but the emus proved to be formidable opponents, and the humans eventually surrendered.
2.
Dancing Plague of 1518. In Strasbourg, France, a strange phenomenon occurred where people started dancing uncontrollably in the streets. This dancing plague lasted for weeks and even led to deaths from exhaustion.
3. The Tulip Mania. In the 17th century, tulip bulbs in the Netherlands became incredibly valuable and were traded at exorbitant prices. At the height of the tulip mania, a single tulip bulb could be worth more than a house. 4. The London Beer Flood. In 1814, a large vat of beer burst in London, causing a wave of beer to flood the streets. It resulted in several deaths and significant damage to buildings. 1. The Great Molasses Flood. In 1919, a massive tank of molasses in Boston, USA burst, releasing a wave of sticky molasses that flooded the streets. This unusual disaster claimed 21 lives and caused extensive destruction. 2. The Great Stink of 1858 in London was a result of the polluted River Thames, which emitted such a foul odor during the hot summer that it caused a public health crisis. It led to the construction of a modern sewer system for the city. 3. The Great Moon Hoax of 1835 captivated readers when the New York Sun published a series of articles claiming that life had been discovered on the moon. including bat-like creatures and winged humans. It turned out to be a complete fabrication. 1. In the 16th century, it was fashionable among European nobles to wear poison rings that contained hidden compartments for storing poison. These rings were used for secretive acts of revenge or to protect oneself. 2. The ancient city of Rome had a unique system of underground heating known as hypocaust. Hot air from furnaces circulated beneath the floors and walls, providing warmth to buildings and even public baths. 3. During the Middle Ages, people believed in the existence of mythical creatures, such as unicorns and griffins. These creatures were often depicted in artwork and described in historical texts, blurring the line between fantasy and reality. 1. The Tarare, the insatiable eater. In the late 18th century, a man named Tarare gained notoriety for his insatiable appetite. He could eat vast amounts of food, including live animals and inedible objects. Tarare's strange condition remains a medical mystery and has fascinated historians and scientists alike. 2. In the late 19th century, a bizarre diet trend called tapeworm diet gained popularity. People intentionally swallowed tapeworm eggs, believing that the tapeworms would consume the food they ate, helping them lose weight. It was highly dangerous and often led to severe health issues. 3. The Rat King. A rare phenomenon called the Rat King has been documented throughout history, where a group of rats become entangled by their tails, forming a single bizarre entity. It is both a natural curiosity and a source of superstition. 1. The Wilhelm Scream. The Wilhelm Scream is a sound effect used in many films since the 1950s. It originated from a recording of a scream in the 1951 film Distant Drums, and has since become a popular and recognizable audio clip used as an inside joke among filmmakers. 2. The Mystery of the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste was a ship found abandoned in 1872, without any crew on board, yet with all its cargo intact. The disappearance of the crew and the ship's eerie condition remain a mystery to this day. 3. The Case of the Cottingley Fairies. In the early 20th century, 2 young girls in England claimed to have taken photographs of fairies. The photographs caused a sensation and sparked belief in the existence of fairies, but they were later revealed to be a hoax. 1. The Vegetable Lamb of Tartary. In medieval folklore, the vegetable lamb of Tartary was a legendary plant that supposedly grew lambs as its fruit. It was believed to be a half-plant, half-animal creature, and captured the imagination of many explorers and naturalists. 2. The Cod Wars. From the 1950s to the 1970s, Iceland and the United Kingdom engaged in a series of conflicts known as the Cod Wars. These disputes revolved around fishing rights in the North Atlantic and led to several confrontations between the 2 nations' navies. 3. The Dancing Bears of Medieval Europe. In medieval Europe, it was not uncommon for bears to be trained to dance and perform tricks as entertainment for the public. These bears were often subjected to cruel treatment and lived in deplorable conditions. 1. The first recorded use of the term OMG, meaning "oh my God," dates back to a letter written in 1917 by British Admiral John Arbuthnot Fisher to Winston Churchill. 2. In the early 20th century, radioactive substances were used in beauty products, including radioactive face creams and toothpaste. 3. The ancient city of Pompeii was buried under volcanic ash and preserved for centuries, providing an incredible glimpse into Roman life and culture. 4. English coffee houses in the 17th and 18th centuries were public social places where men would meet for conversation and commerce. For the price of a penny, customers purchased a cup of coffee and admission. 1. The world's oldest wooden wheel has been around for more than 5,000 years. It was found in Slovenia and is now in a museum. 2. Dead skin cells are a main ingredient in household dust. Humans shed around 200 million skin cells each hour. 3. Sudan has more pyramids than any country in the world. It has around 255 pyramids, while Egypt has 138. 4. The bumblebee bat is the world's smallest mammal. It weighs less than an ounce and has a wingspan of about 6 inches. And 5. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out. Its tongue is attached to the roof of its mouth. 1. 3 presidents, all founding fathers, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe, died on July 4th. Presidents Adams and Jefferson also died the same year, 1826. President Monroe died in 1831. 2. The Barbie doll's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts from Willows, Wisconsin. Her birthday is March 9th, 1959. 3. There actually aren't 57 varieties of Heinz ketchup, and never were. Company founder Henry John Heinz thought his product should have a number, and he liked 57, so... 4. It is impossible for almost everyone to lick their own elbow. Let's try it! And 5. A shrimp's heart is in its head. 1. A Great Dane named Juliana was awarded the Blue Cross Medal for extinguishing an incendiary bomb by peeing on it during World War II. 2. Alexander the Great was accidentally buried alive. Scientists believe he suffered from a neurological disorder that left him paralyzed and mentally aware when he died. 3. The world's most successful pirate in history was a lady named Ching Shi. She was a former prostitute who became the commander of a huge fleet of ships that terrorized the South China Sea.